Alright everyone, welcome back. Hello, how's it going? We are finally back with Ace Attorney, possibly the last stream of the trilogy. Just crazy to think about. How's everyone doing? Hope audio is good, hope you all have been doing well. Let's see. Last time we left off... You're doing good? That's good to hear. Man, what didn't happen last time? Oh god. Now then, before we proceed any further, let me explain what is going on. So, to make a long story short, the courtroom got haunted. A literal ghost from hell, showed up. Said, yeah, I possessed the victim, made her fight Maya. So, Maya got trapped in a cave, but before that she got attacked by a ghost. And the ghost was possessing her mother, who she hadn't seen in like a decade. And now her mom's dead. And now she's being accused of murder. Yeah, ghost. It was scary. There was like a whole exorcism. It was very scary, actually. So we technically got our client, like, they've pretty much got the innocent. Like, they're pretty much not guilty. Ghost and Ace Attorney is crazy. I don't know how to tell you this, but that's like the least shocking thing about this case. It wasn't surprising that there was a ghost, it was surprising that the ghost was in court. Usually they don't show up in court. Well, yes they do. But usually they're not hostile in court. Usually they're giving me life advice. Usually Phoenix is a dead mentor says, Phoenix, it's me, Mia from heaven. You gotta do the thing, or whatever. You gotta believe in yourself. What was scary is that the ghost planned a murder and went through with it. Continue? Oh. Like my story about the ghost, or just like in general? So basically that's what happened. I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier. There was a test? I didn't study. The tests? I've already forgotten. Yes, tests on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that. I totally forgot about it. That's the weapon that Maya Fey used when she fought the victim. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or...? Due to time constraints, a full test wasn't possible. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood was on the dagger was not the victim's. A third person has... or a second person has been stabbed? Do we know any other... Do we know any... It was... Maybe Papa been stabbed. Sad. Anyone been stabbed recently? No, there wasn't a second killer. This is someone else's blood. Though it would be really funny if someone else also stabbed the victim. Just like a Murder on the Orient Express type of situation. We're all the killers. That is all. Now then, let's read. What do you mean that all? Whose blood is it? I don't know. Well, I guess it's not the victim's. I guess this serves no importance whatsoever. Doesn't. What do you? Who got stabbed? I'm sure both the defense and prosecution know this, but the trial is rapidly coming to a close. I'm gonna be honest, it felt like it's been coming to a close for the last 3 streams now. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims. I'm gonna be real with you, Your Honor, I don't know what I'm claiming. Your Honor, you literally watched a ghost get sent to hell. And the ghost said that they did it, so... From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. But her special attacks are extremely powerful. So proceed with caution, Your Honor. Let's finish this quickly. Agreed. Very well. Please bring in the last witness. Come on. She doesn't need to... She's been stuck in a cave for the past 3 days. After getting to a fist fight with a ghost. She should be in the hospital. Witness, please tell us your name and profession. My Faye, my profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright and Co. offices, I guess? Maya. I'm gonna be honest, I forget that you technically work for me. Bro, I thought you have a Discord. I do. Is it not linked in the... It's literally linked in the Discord. I mean, the YouTube description. According to the magazine I have here, she's the only one on payroll. You're a spirit medium of the grind channeling technique. Yeah, I guess. Your Honor, this is the most scared I've ever been. Clan, I don't want to... Your Honor, I've been... People have tried to kill me twice now because of this. I don't want to deal with this family anymore. Oh, Maya. The pain the Fae bloodline causes must be unbearable. Oh, very well. Fair enough. Now then, Miss Fae. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the Inner Temple, and you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Nim's murder. Is this correct? I didn't see... Straighten up this instant, you want... Hold on. Straighten up this instant, young lady. Huh? Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. My family is dead! But Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. Hold on, my dad's making my dog howl. He's trying to teach him to say the word hamburger. It's not working. Anyway. There's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out, and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. No, she's been in a cave this whole time! Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. Well, actually, no, she technically wasn't. She was been possessed this whole time, before she was in a cave. On night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen? Witness, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. I don't want to do this no more. The owner is literally more active, though? What? I was passing through the garden on the way to the spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly someone struck me over the head. Hit him with the classic... I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me." Maybe. I don't remember. And something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness. So you're struck on the head. I suppose it must have been the staff. Why, the person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I don't know who that is. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was. I think hard. Sorry, Nick, but dude, I'm serious. I couldn't. Ah. Can't say it was a especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. Seems it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Hang in there, Maya. She doesn't look well at all. Maya wants burger. She doesn't want to be in court. Let me save. Maya, let me save, please. Thank you. Okay, let's see our evidence. Nothing really groundbreaking. Ended up against the stone lantern. What happened afterwards? My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think. You think? Man, I don't know. After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic, man. There are two things rolling around in my mind at the time. Well now. This is beginning to get interesting. So what were the two things rolling around in your mind? My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. Those are the only two things I know. For some reason I was afraid I was gonna lose my memory. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was. Fair enough. That's not odd at all. Your actions are completely understandable and normal, given the circumstances. So what did you do then? Man, it would suck if I forgot if that 1 + 1 = 2. I've got to remember that. And my name. Nothing else is important, though. You think you screamed? You're not sure? Listen, wasn't! I was a complete wreck! It was dark and I couldn't see. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. Could you imagine if I was attacked by a child, Nick? Believe me, my dear, I certainly would have soiled my robes. Okay, you don't need to tell me that. Thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that was my last hope. Oh, it sounds like poor little Maya was really out of her mind. My last hope. Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff? What? What do you mean by your last hope? No. What you said. You said my last hope. Huh? What? I said what? Who said that? You did. I did? Yeah. Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me." Yeah, I think that's what I said. But you testified that you screamed because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? What do you do when it happens? Why is that doing well up there? I think they might have hit me too hard and I need to go to the hospital. Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not what I was screaming at. I'm sorry? Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind the attacker that I was yelling at. The third secret person who was just there the entire time, obviously. Why didn't we think of this? That's who I was screaming to help for. Oh my gosh, I just realized! The third secret person who I never told you guys about! What is it now? I messed up, I didn't mean to let that slip out. Maya, why did you wait to share this? Maya... What do you mean? Oh? Witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? There's just conveniently a third person in the... at the murder scene? Behind the attacker? Another person? I meant to keep that part a secret. Why? Oh, what have I done? Huh. Takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. You've literally never said this. A ton of pressure. You're in a court of law here. Can't make things up to try to hide things in this chamber. Witness, the information you presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony. Ow! So you couldn't see your attacker, but you could see the man? There's a man here? A man? Who is this man? Oh my god, it was me! It was Phoenix Wright this whole time, he was there! Well, you see... I couldn't see. You couldn't see. Excuse... Well, how'd you know it was... Well, you know, lantern light isn't very bright. Lantern light, did you say? There's a great big stone lantern in the garden. They always light it when an acolyte is there for training. Hey! You know what they say? Under the lantern, darkness reigns. Who's saying this? They! So I could see the person was further away, but not my attacker. It was closer. Because there weren't any other light sources in the garden at the time. Man behind my attacker. Whoa! You don't mean, was it... I didn't know at the time, but I think it was probably blood. She's saying that's when Miss Dunham was channeling Dahlia. Stabbed in the back by the killer? The moment I was paralyzed with fear. I was just sitting there in the snow. I'm sure blood got on everything around me. That's when I lost consciousness. So what happened next? I don't know, I was unconscious! How are you saved? You don't even remember that? Nope. I haven't got any idea. This is crazy, man. I really don't know what happened at all. That's too bad. Worked side by side with Maya for 2 years now. I can't tell when she's trying to hide something. Oh, I can tell! When she's trying to hide something by how she acts. And right now, I'm absolutely certain she's hiding something. Okay. What about the garden? Who else was on the inner temple side that night? Well, Sister Bikini, of course. But I remember her saying Iris would be coming later as well. Okay, on that day, the incident Edgeworth met Bikini at Hazakura Temple. I mean, she couldn't be the criminal. Did Iris actually come later like she said? Well, let me think. She seems confused, probably because she's tired. No, I'm sure I didn't see her. She must have come while I was preparing for the training. And behind... that's right. Okay. There was another option here. Oh, never mind, I guess we got it right. Was the lantern on? Oh, it wasn't on! Aha, that's what it was. So there's a man standing behind your attacker. Yeah. That man... he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Dunham, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. The killer? Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? To be frank, Your Honor, I think she is in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed a huge problem with her testimony. What do you mean, what problem? Maya, on the night of the crime, the stone lantern was out of commission. Huh? What? It's true. There's no light anywhere in the garden that night. Oh! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godot, explain this! Add the purest milk... pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. Cup of cafe au lait? Cafe au lait? Oh, I got it right. Is that even legal? Mr. Trite's words are the milk. And you're the spoon, Your Honor. I'm a spoon? I'm no spoony beard, I'll have you know. Must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now. Then why did we bring her here in the first place? It's not hard to understand who would make a little mistake like that. Sorry, but that's not going to cut it. What did you say? If there were truly no light in the garden... There's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony. Nick? May I? No, my name's Maya. Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. She quite clearly described him as a man. Ah. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't even see the face of her own attacker. No! Why are you freaking out? You're being accused of murder. I'm helping you. Maya, we're trying to get the guy who murdered your... Well, I guess it was technically saving her. But, you know, if we don't do this, you're gonna go to jail for murder. We can't have that. What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright? You saying Miss Faye saw the real killer under pitch black conditions? Objection! Are we I'm not... She's technically not the defendant. I guess we're no, we're not prosecuting her. Godot's prosecuting her. We're just, cross-examining her. Though I'm not sure why she's upset. Wright, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene. There's some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. You did see who the killer was in the dark. And now, you're trying to cover for him. Cover? For the man that killed her mother? There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Oh, please, I'm begging you. I only know that my name's Maya and 1 + 1 = 2. Huh. Talk good game, Wright. Let's see if you can walk the walk. Hold on. Let me just save real quick. It's pitch black. So what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff. No, Nick, don't! Please, stop! Maya's dead set on protecting this guy. Man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court, and I'm here to find the truth. Alright, Mr. Wright. Time to show us what you've got. Who was this person Miss Faye saw in the darkness? Okay. Oh my god. It's 'cause he glows in the dark. Yeah, 'cause there's like 2 other men here. 3. And I don't think she saw Gumshoe. Oh my god, he glows in the dark. Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes? Okay, but... What? How do you propose to show us something like that? It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of at night. Conditions? Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all lights in the courtroom be turned off. What? This is... But it can't be. Huh. Okay. That was a nice bit of deduction, Wright. Okay, but now I have more questions. This doesn't answer anything at all. What? Why was he there? In the first place? And why is Maya covering for him? Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder. Order! 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 Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this? Wait, but then who wrote the letters on the... Oh, so the ghost wrote the letters on the lantern because he can't see red on white. Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it? Huh. Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person. What do you mean by that? Got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Oh, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Is it 3 glowing red lights? Well, witness, answer the question. You're wrong. I never saw that. Maya. What? Why is she covering for him? He sucks. Well, the person that stabbed my mother was a man. For a totally different reason. Okay. Are you going to explain what it was? Witness, Mr. Wright, what the... Stop your chattering, Your Honor. Chattering? It's worth asking. Ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Alright. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man. Yes, Your Honor. Didn't realize until after I woke up, but... The killer... When I came to, I was lying on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. Torches were lit and the body was gone. And all of the snow around the lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too. So the person did all that work alone. What is that supposed to mean? So it was after the crime... What? It was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man? Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I No need to apologize. As Mr. Godot said, you're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't... What? How? Doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was... What? What does anything of that about that describe what a man would do? That's all the... Oops. So you lost consciousness when you were in the garden, is that right? Yes, I think. I think it happened when the victim was stabbed. Then that person carried you into the inner temple. Could have only been the killer! That's what I think, too. Killer carried Maya into the temple. By the time I got back to the garden place, I mean, that's correct. Hold on, let me stretch real quick. Naturally, the killer must have done it, right? Yes, I think so. Why would the killer tamper with a crime scene like that? Must have been something the killer desperately wanted to hide. I don't know. Looks like she doesn't have enough confidence. Okay. Torches were lit? Yes, that's why I noticed the whole scene had changed. Yeah, this could be. The killer probably lit them, since it'd be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why'd the killer go through the effort of moving the body? That's true. It's hard to see how that would any advantage to the killer. Only one who would gain anything that would be the person that was in the at the inner temple, Maya. Very well, let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene. All the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up too. So you're saying the killer cleaned up the snow? Did look really odd. So it was removed an unnatural looking rectangular shape around the lantern. There's a lot of shovels around the inner temple. They're all really heavy. Way too heavy for me to use. An odd fellow indeed, this killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take snow away? There's one thing I can think of. Did you say a lot of the victim's blood sprayed onto the snow? Yeah? The area I collapsed in ended up being splattered. In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. Guess that's the most reasonable explanation. Perhaps. However, there's something that's bothering me. The killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it. There's no need to remove that amount. Because he can't see red on white. So he's like, well, I guess I'll just get rid of all of it. Could've just scooped up the snow that was stained with blood. Looks like there are some mysteries behind this issue, but I think this will help explain them. Oh, this work. Let me save again, just in case. So you're saying you never saw the killer, right? Yes, but earlier you very clearly stated that you saw a man behind your attacker. I'm sorry. Killer certainly went through a lot of trouble. The body aided by pendulum, manipulating the crime scene. For what purpose? Why do all that? And carefully cleaned up too. The lantern? No. Like, 'cause there's still blood on the lantern. Oh, something changed. Can we go back? Can we go back? You did. Yes, I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence from me, for my sake. Hiding it for you? I knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back to look at the garden, she may have thought that it was you who had done it. Oh, she definitely would have thought so. Yeah, she would have totally thought you did it. And you're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing had happened? Yes, I'm sure of it. Where'd my avatar? I don't know, actually. That is weird. That's certainly an important piece of information. I want you to add that to your testimony. Okay. Now I use this piece of evidence. Your name is on the pillar still. The body of Elise Stone M was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then at the garden, the real scene of the crime. Snow was... what we suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all of this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd. Oh, what would that be? Must have figured it out by now, Mr. Godot. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. Oh yeah. I kind of forgot about that. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. Or that might say Maya. Listen, I 100% bet a real lawyer could convince a court that that didn't say Maya. Listen. A defense attorney has convinced a courtroom of stupider things. And I'm saying, being able to convince a courtroom that this doesn't say, like, this could not say Maya. Like, I'm pretty sure a lawyer could do it. The killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion. Then why didn't they wipe the writing off the lantern? Ah, you're right! That's what I've been saying! Order, 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 but Mr. Wright! Isn't it a fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene? Indeed, but I guess I like how we all just assumed, yeah, that's the fact now that the killer was covering up for Maya. But it doesn't make much sense to move a body and remove bloody snow, and not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing. That's the case. Do you have any explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? He's dumb. Why would the killer move the body and remove all that snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern? I don't know what the killer's plan was. The fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern must be a reason for it. Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion. Why'd the killer leave a message written in blood? 'Cause the killer's... One, he's stupid, and two, he can't see. Prosecutor Godot, early in this trial, you gave me some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. You're certainly as dumb as I thought. The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that the crime had occurred there. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it. But that doesn't make any sense! Torches were all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person would miss something glaring as that. You're right. There's no way a normal person would. But I'm a genetic freak. I'm not normal. What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? There's only one person involved in this incident who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether. And who would that be? It's you again. Mr. Godot, this is what you said yesterday. My eyesight's pretty messed up. Remember when I said this? Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. You can't see everything? Is that correct, Mr. Godot? The lantern was submitted as evidence today. I'd like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented. This lantern! There's something written on it! Why, it's written in blood! Nonsense. This lantern, it's clean as a whistle. It's so normal. Remember when I said this? Mr. Godot, just admit it. There's certain colors you can't see, correct? Can't see red on a white background, can you? You've got the virtual boy setup going on. That's right. We went through this once before. Oh yeah! There was blood on the apron and he just straight up didn't acknowledge it. During the poisoning case at Tresbien. This is the apron the delightfulness Bird was wearing at the time. Somehow spilled coffee on. There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the court? Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that smeared over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain. See the coffee on the white apron. Couldn't see the ketchup because it was red. Ha! Strange. Black and white photo. Those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder. Why am I the only one who can't see them? You've got bright red goggles strapped to you at all times. Hold on, oh god. Hold on. My headphones got tangled up. Mr. Godot, are you admitting it? You're admitting that you can't see the red written on the lantern? Hey, Gramps. Didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea. Why am I being sent to the void? I'm scared. Oh god. I wasn't sure about it until now. I can't believe it. Joe's the murderer. But why did he do that? Why was he there? What? Finally figured out the truth. Mr. Godot, the defense at this time formally accuses you. You're the murderer of Miss Lee Stone-M, also known as Missy Faye. It's hard to believe that this may be true, however... Once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you. Huh. Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in red ink, Gramps. Come on. How does a little graffiti make me into a killer? Besides, it's not like my name's written there. I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. This is rich. Go on, Wright. The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow. The snow? How so? Well, for example... Why'd the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. If you wanted to hide the bloody snow, why didn't you just take out that area? Yes, why didn't he just take out that area? Ah! Could it be... Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood stain, so he scraped into the snow. Oh, so that had seeped into the snow. So I had to remove all of the snow, more or less. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so I removed the whole area. Is it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark? The lights were on. Not a chance, the torches were all lit. I've been able to see just fine. It seems... And once again, this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Godot? Hold it. Oh god. Wait, just a minute. Maya, I'm gonna have to... Maya, you gotta be real with me. Why are you defending this guy? He sucks. I can't wait for him to be so guilty so he can go to jail and we don't have to deal with him ever again. Maya, please, just let me have this. Mute on Maya. We're not doing that. Maya! What is it, witness? Mr. Godot isn't the killer. After all, he didn't even come to the Inner Temple. Until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after the old bridge got fixed up. Objection. Maya. Yeah, well, how did he get there? Can't testify to something like that. Why? What do you mean? I may not look it, but I... After the murder happened, you didn't even exist. She didn't? I'm afraid you don't follow. I don't follow. She was outside render distance. You senile old man? We just established this a little while ago. After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh yeah. Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me. No. Maya, why are you... Maya, this guy sucks. You've seen it firsthand how much this guy sucks. I think it's a good thing that he's going to jail. Why are you defending him? Also, why was he there? Your Honor, let's just hear the testimony. If it means we're going to hear the whole truth. I say we should not silence her. Huh. Nicely done, Wright. Very well, let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened at the inner temple after the murder. Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began trailing, and my spirit left me, as it were. But little Pearlie was there at the inner temple, too. Pearlie was also stuck in the inner temple side that night. Next morning, she looked around, but couldn't find anyone. Next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Godot arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up. Who is Pearlie? Oh, it's my little cousin, Pearl Faye. When did you hear about this? Oh, just a little while ago when I was at the medical office. Terribly sorry, but what you heard from someone else is simply not admissible testimony. What? Come on! Pearlie would never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be. Real smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath. Ha. Prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness. Mr. Godot! Let's just move on to cross-examination, if the defense has no objections. This is highly unusual, but, well, Mr. Wright? Okay, sure, why not? Let's get this cross-examination started! Whew! Before we cross-examine Maya, I need to get a drink of water real quick. I'll be right back. Whoop. Alright. Okay. So where did you think Pearl slept that night? In the spare prep room, next to training hall, I guess. There's a rule that you can't enter the training hall during an acolyte's training. But even so, why did she go in the inner temple in the first place? I knew that Pearl became very worried about Maya. She knew the spiritual training I was about to undergo was very intense. I was supposed to channel Dahlia Hawthorne, but she couldn't do it. That's why she headed to the inner temple. However, Dahlia Hawthorne was already there, possessing the body of Alisto Nim. Rabbit couldn't find anyone. She searched the entire inner temple side, end to end. Well, you see, Pearlie gets pretty scared when she's alone. There weren't that many places to look. She says that she even went back and forth several times. The inner temple has two structures, the training hall and the spare prep room. There's also a storage shack, I think. That's about it. Storage shack, too? Pearls was looking for other people, right? Should she have really examined a storage shack all that carefully? Well, if it was me, that would be the first place I would investigate. So that means it was possible that someone may have been hiding in the storage shack. Which was Looks like she was in the spare prep room. Girls didn't hear the sound of them working on the bridge. What do you mean? Just wondering why she would stay in the prep room. If it was me, I'd at least go out and wait at the foot of the bridge. Oh, well, Pearly said she was sleeping at the time. She said she was so scared during the night that she couldn't sleep well and woke up a bunch of times. Poor little girl. Alone like that? Well, you know that she at least had one friend in the Sacred Cavern. Dahlia Hawthorne, who was busy battling with the trick lock. She couldn't let anyone see her. So she wouldn't have shown herself to Pearl. What happened after the bridge was finally fixed? Godot arrived at the Inner Temple the first time. So it was your first time at the Inner Temple side, Mr. Godot. That's funny. I ask you things, or did the defense ask me a question? Mr. Wright, please save your questions for the witness. What you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. Those are your words, Your Honor. Touché, Mr. Wright. Fair enough, oh well. What do you have to say, Mr. Godot? Hot nights and even hotter coffee. That's what I always say. Hadn't been for this case, I would never visited there. Freezing cold temple in the mountains. I think I'll pass. So you never visited Hazakura Temple or the Inner Temple, huh? Ah. Say something, Wright? In any case, I have to find a crack of Godot's armor. Very well. Please go on with your testimony. After fixing the bridge, the policeman came over to the Inner Temple side, right? Yes, this is Mr. Godot. Found Pearly and cheered her right up. He cheered her up? So Pearly said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Godot. And here I was, thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict. Huh. Cut it out, you're making me blush. This guy's really beginning to get on my... And just now? Truth is, there aren't many places to look in the Inner Temple side. Policemen were busy going over the garden with fine-tooth combs, so I decided to carry out an investigation my own way. Godot style. In the same way, I like to hand down my verdicts in my own way. Judge style. Maybe I should ask some questions Phoenix style. How'd you cheer the Pearl up? So you cheered Pearl up? I found the little girl. First thing she asked was about her cousin, Maya Fey. Really? The bridge had burned down and she was huddled up in that tiny shack with no heat. Even though she must have had a truly terrifying night out there, she asked about you before she said anything about herself. Pearly. Turns out you weren't anywhere in the Inner Temple side, but I couldn't find an enemy to tell her that. So I gave her my last cup. Milk and sugar to hide the bitterness of harsh truth. But a sweet story. Yeah, thermos of coffee? Why doesn't that surprise me? There's only one thing of any importance here. Where was Godot when the murder was taking place? Must have already been in the Inner Temple when that happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed Elise Stone M. Okay, what was the other thing? Time to ask some questions Phoenix style. Opa Phoenix style. I thought you conducted an investigation on your own. Did you find anything? Looks like my investigation went about as well as yours, Wright. After all, I did miss the bloody writing on the lantern. I didn't miss it, so speak for yourself, Goggles. The only odd thing I discovered was the beauty in the training hall. Beauty? Misty Faye, naturally. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded with the hue of aroma of Western tastes. Western tastes? Could he find a stranger way to describe gravy? So from there you headed to the prep room? What are you gonna say now? Proverbial weak spot. There's like one thing of any importance there. No temple when it happened. Oh, he saw the... But how do I prove that? Let me save. Is this the situation where you press again? That's funny. Am I imagining things or the defense asking a question? Never visited. Just like I thought. I was lying. Aha! And his first visit to the Inner Temple was really after the incident. He should have known about that piece of evidence. Couldn't have known that it was Misty Faye. Mr. Godot. First time he crossed Dusky Bridge and went to the Inner Temple was long before the murder took place. Why'd he say that? Because he just made a fatal slip-up. Hanging scroll in the training hall. Hanging scroll? But Godot was right! That scroll shows a picture of my mother. I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. I don't know how to tell you this. It may have been defaced. By the time the bridge had been repaired, 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this. What's that wonderfully delicious smell? This is a picture. The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy. Gravy? But why gravy, Nick? Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Godot, you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder. You wouldn't have any way of knowing that this was Misty Faye. Wait a minute, Nick. Yeah? You gotta look at the hanging scroll. Look, at the top. There's a crest there. Ah, that's the mark of the master, correct? Exactly! So if you know the meaning of the mark, you could guess that it was the picture of Misty Faye on there. True, but Mr. Godot described what was underneath like this, clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue of aromas of Western tastes. Oh. Is it possible that he knew that what the crest meant? However, he couldn't have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Godot, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at the Inner Temple long before the crime took place. Why? I don't know, but you were. Can I ask you just one little thing, Wright? What is it? This whole theory of yours. It all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed. That's right! Otherwise there's no reason for him to sneak onto the crime scene. Of course Mr. Godot knew about the plan. Huh? What did you say? Another person knew about the plan. Oh, I should have saved. It had to be the note, right? Iris who was in on it, but no. Right, okay. I was thinking, like, is this like a trick question? No. This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future. And these instructions were written somewhere in Fay Manor hidden somewhere in Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time little Pearl found these instructions, they had already been unsealed. Sealed? Yes. The killer had read these instructions long before Pearl ever found them. That's how he knew the crime was to take place at the Inner Temple. And you still insist this crafty killer is me? You bet I do. Just said the instructions were hidden. That's right. This girl couldn't have known where the instructions were hidden. If he really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out. Yes, and what was that? During a visit. A visit? Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden. Eavesdropping on a visit at the detention center? Yes, it could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Godot. God, you are bad at your job. Order, 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 Mr. Godot! You're under fire again! This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge, and you're the only one that could have acquired this information before the murder. Humans are afraid of the dark, and yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the darkness that is coffee. What are you talking about? Sorry for always asking, but what does that mean? It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in the case eavesdropped. A conversation during the jail visit where he learned the hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in the Inner Temple and waited for the crime to occur. And ultimately took a person's life. And he did all that just to protect this witness? That's right. If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this? This girl's nothing but a stranger to me. Got no reason to go through this kind of trouble to protect her. I am what you see. I'm certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress. I mean, that's true. You're kind of weird about women. Killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for lack of a better word. When considering that the killer wanted to protect this witness's life, his behavior is still a little too unnatural. Okay, but consider this. He's weird. However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Godot? An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs. I knew it. Figured it out, haven't you, Nick? Maya. Guess you're doing your best to cover for Godot. For the same reason, huh? Okay, Wright, I'm all ears. Let's hear it. It's very simple. Maya Fey's a lot more than just a stranger to you. What is this? There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. Age deceased. It's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, She is Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney. Wait a second here. Mr. Godot is a defense attorney? I'm going to be honest, I never actually checked his, work history. I didn't read his application. We just hired him for fun, as a joke. Your Honor's piercing intellect. You must have figured out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Godot. His real name is Diego Armando, isn't that right? Can you apply to be a prosecutor with a fake name? Last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago. Diego Armando. That name does ring a bell. Turns out he is legit, maybe. I mean, I don't know. We never actually saw him defend someone in court. So he might have just been bad at that being a defense attorney, too. Should, Your Honor. All this is related to a single case. Remember this guy? A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked. He kind of sucked. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Mia. Can't cry yet. Ow. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith into her clients, that pure sweetheart of yours. That's why I can never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Me and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. One fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. But 6 months into the trial, we met in the courthouse cafeteria. Ah, I just remembered! 6 years ago, right here in this courthouse, you were poisoned! Even I didn't see it coming. Who made this coffee, by the way? Wait a minute. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee. Why... He really is just kind of stupid. Very little information about the case was released in the press. But you aren't dead at all. Unfortunately. No official report even called it a murder. It was just in a deep, deep coma. I see. My body shut down and my life became nothing more than a long, deep sleep. That woman's poison did a real number on my central nervous system. Lost my sight. My hair turned white because of the damage it caused. I don't think that's how it works. You don't got nerves in your hair, buddy. I think it did cause some slight brain damage, though. I think you're just old. It's terrible. Apparently it was a miracle that I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poison brew. One morning, my eyes flew open, in the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee. 5 years? You were asleep for 5 years? Can damage whatever part of the brain regulates hair color. I don't think there's a part of the brain that controls that, but I'll look into this theory. And the worst possible news is waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered. And the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death. The woman you loathe? Yeah, the one who killed me. Were you not paying attention? Good old Mia, she didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up. That's so sad. For someone like me, for someone who slept away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. It was for one of those 2 reasons I decided to become a prosecutor. I ask, what were your 2 reasons to live? First was you, Wright. Ah, me? If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey would have never died, much less the way she did. You're the only one who was there to protect her. Again with this, she's an adult woman. I wasn't like that. I want to see for myself what kind of man you really were. That's why you became a prosecutor? Another reason for living? She goes by the name of Mia Fey. Me? You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Crying Village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her. So that's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center. I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it. Makes sense? Not really. Why didn't he just... get rid of the note? Prevent Pearl from even getting it in the first place. Sure would have helped out. Why didn't he tell literally anyone that this was happening? Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both of my accomplices. Accomplices? Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fey. She was in on it?! Because I was about to say, like, wait, wouldn't, even if your plan was to, like, save Maya, you would still have to kill somebody who was getting possessed, and, like, oh, is he just on board with killing a person? Especially need the help of Iris. She was to take the fall of my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Bay, but how'd you contract my mother? She's been missing for over 20 years. Officially, yes. What do you mean, officially? You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government? No one told my so-called guy who cares about Maya doesn't even tell her that her mother is still alive. Master of Crime had great authority. Even without her official position, Misty Faye still wielded great influence. Police have been keeping an eye on our movements all this time. No one told mine? This is messed up! That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as prosecutor. And her mom never bothered to visit her this whole time? Cooperating with you? My mother? Don't ever forget. No matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you. She was always... That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. You want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was? Look at her staff. Her staff? The one with the sword in it? The day of the plan was to be carried out soon enough. But for the first time at Hazakura Temple. Did not tell me... Well, a defense attorney isn't part of the government. That's a privately owned business. Law firms. Because Mia was also a defense attorney at the time, so if she... So she would have also known if defense attorneys were part of the government, but they're not. Unless she was like a public defender, then maybe. But I don't think she was. I think because she worked with Mr. Grossberg or whatever. And that was like a private law firm. That's when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fay if necessary. Yes. Even if it meant paying the ultimate price. Mother. That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. You need pearls, don't you? We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan. Why didn't you just, like, go up to her and say, Pearl, you can't do this. It will hurt Maya, you gotta trust. Believe. Godot, your plan is kinda stupid. But she never showed up. She was worried and followed me to the inner temple. That was the thing we were most afraid of, and that's why Misty Faye had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body. What? What do you mean? If she channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself. As Master of Crime, Misty's Faye's power was supreme. Well, that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Faye wouldn't be able to. Ah! What? Is this true? My role in this plan was to make sure no one was getting hurt. And also, if Pearl, like... If Pearl not summoning Dahlia was so important, why did you lose track of her so easily? My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Mama Faye. That's why I hid myself in the inner temple. Just in case you need to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. Godot. Anyway, that's all I'm going to admit to, Wright. huh? There's no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney, but you're gonna have to do the rest yourself. Background to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? Who else? There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Fey. I'm sad to say you, Mr. Godot. Well, I'm not. Well, Wright. You're the real deal. And finish this thing off once and for all. I mean, it's not Maya. We know this. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own. No, Nick, please, don't. Maya, he sucks, though. I heard this whole thing from my sister, the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godot. Can't do it. Can't testify against him. After all. He's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia. What did he do to protect Mia? When? The only thing he did was drink coffee and die, and then pass out for 6 years. Maya, I know that. I mean, I don't, but I don't care. But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify. Listen, Maya, it's either him or you. And Godot sucks, so you're not going anywhere. This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. Or hear the truth from your own lips. Understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick. Alright, young lady, tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder? Yeah, why didn't he just tell Maya? Say, Maya, hey, don't go to Hasakura Temple. It'll be bad. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. I thought I asked for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, red lights went out and the whole area was dark. Just in that moment, there's a horrible scream. After that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness. So you knew it was Dahlia? You said you don't remember seeing them. I'm sorry. I thought I saw them. But then they disappeared all of a sudden. Huh, things break, Wright. Even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? Like you still can't prove it. I mean, who else could it be? He's telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me. It's 3 of them. Said she couldn't see. Struck back? How'd you know? Well, you're right. I didn't see it exactly, but I could tell by the sound of their breathing and movement, and also the smell of the blood. Witness more horror than any young lady should have to in one life. Well, then, what did you do at that point? I couldn't move. I could just barely make out the shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do. But Dahlia collapses. What about the killer that stabbed? Are we not gonna talk about how she knew it was Dahlia? I'm sorry, I don't know. Really, it's true, Nick. Wait, what? What? How'd you know it was Dahlia? Let's just press everything right now. Light's shining in dark. I don't think you could make a mistake about that. Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. I can't tell for sure if they were from Mr. Godot's mask, either. I'll press harder. Just after that, you turned towards lights and called for help. Isn't that because you thought lights were coming from Mr. Godot's mask? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time, but I can't remember after all. There was a person I couldn't identify in front of me. She couldn't identify. But she could identify Dahlia? Went out? Yeah. Suddenly I couldn't see them at all. What could it mean? Maybe the mask was damaged? Or maybe it was knocked off. Or maybe the batteries ran out, right, Wright? Maybe those little red pinhead-looking lights just stopped working. It's a horrible scream. The moment the lights went out? Yes, that's right. The scream that you heard then. Was it Dahlia Hawthorne? I don't think so. Pretty sure it was a man's voice. What? So then that scream came from the killer? It's gotta be it. I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it. Killer let out a scream of pain, huh? After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess. Well, Mr. Wright, seems to make sense to me. No, because the knife. I'm sorry to say this. That's the interpretation would create an enormous contradiction. I can read. That makes sense, after all. My deductions are almost certainly never correct. Fair enough. Remember, before the testimony she just gave, before the killer let out a scream, Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade in the staff had already been plunged into the victim. Is that right? She couldn't have been struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff, the knife with the unknown blood on it. If you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, Trite. Okay. Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff. The freaking knife with the unknown blood. Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. The dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck in a pine tree. Yes, a detective found that this morning and brought it to me. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and she managed to wound him as well. Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean he was wounded. For all we know, that blood on the dagger could have been from the victim. We literally went over this. Have you forgotten that the blood had already been tested? Since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound on his body somewhere. So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer? Exactly! DNA analysis of the blood would prove beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Godot, it would prove that it's your blood. Nice theory, Wright. Order! Order in the court! It's the end. Have I done it? Probably not, if I'm asking that. And he won't be able to change the results of a scientific test. Huh. Let me ask you something, Wright. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer. Okay? Do you think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? Yes. What? Just think for a second. Dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There's already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom. Yes, what does that prove? Well, really we're the killer. Could have washed the blade off and planted another person's blood on it. That can't be. In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee you, Wright. That blood doesn't belong to me. Not a chance. What? In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. Alright then, witness, continue your testimony. Wait a minute. What's the problem? I know I'll probably say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation. Maya! Stagger! You said it would wounded the killer. Yeah, why? But Mr. Godot would have really been cut with the dagger. His clothes should have a bloody rip in them, right? Maya? Maybe you just changed his clothes. That's pretty... solve the contradiction pretty easily. What are you talking about? It's not simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder? The inner temple side got trapped there. Ah, that's right. And once the bridge was fixed and the police headed for the inner temple, Mr. Godot was already there waiting for them. He never chance to change his clothes. Ah. We smacked him in the eye. Order! Order in the court! Well, maybe he bought a change of clothes with him. But no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone buy a change of clothes? Did the judge take smart pills during the last recess? Well then, maybe the killer took his clothes off before he... No. That's impossible, Wright. You know how cold it gets up late at night? A few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid. Ah! Ah. That's all you've got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. I know. Mia Fey were here. If Faye were here, she would have closed the book on this already. Well, if Mia were here, she would have, like, said some vaguely inspirational things, then disappeared. And said, I've done everything I can, good luck, Phoenix. So, come on, Wright. You can do it, or can you do it or not? How about it, Mr. Wright? Hold on, let me save. You accuse Mr. Godot of being the killer, but can you prove it? Have you gotten even one piece of evidence? Let me check. Question isn't whether I can prove or not. The fact is I have to prove it. It's the only choice I have. Mia, Mia, I'm going to need you to help me right here. It's not that one of the rules of being a lawyer. Okay. I can prove it, apparently. I'm gonna bring your magnificent vengeance into fruition, just as you want it. Ah, that's good. Fight her till the bitter end, Wright. So just one piece of evidence that can prove your point. Oh god. Why don't we go for the unlimited penalty? Trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? Because it doesn't matter to me, because I can just reload my save. Give me a break. You've got nothing, Wright. What do I do at a time like this? Simple. Gotta think outside the box and approach this from a different angle. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've got. Let me just save at a more convenient time real quick. There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examinations. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger. But he decided it was impossible of him to have hidden such a wound. If he had been cut by a dagger, there should have been a blood stain on his clothing. There's one place. One place the killer could have hidden his wound. What did you say? Hidden? Under the mask? Different angle. I don't need to think about why there were no bloodstains on his clothing. How he hid the wound. Where's the location of his wound? Oh! Location. What? It's not that, What? Where's this location where you say the killer hit his wound? In a picture? I don't know. I just show him a picture of himself? Where the killer hit his what? Just oh god, I don't know. This one was obvious. Okay, we've got a crystal ball. A talisman. Lantern. Sword. second sword. An autopsy report. Man, I don't know. Picture of a snowmobile. A lantern. How that? Spirit. No, he didn't have that. Did he? No. It's not covered in blood either, so that wouldn't make any sense. I don't think he had that with him. And this is the one I had. Do I just show him a picture of himself, saying like, oh, you hid it under your mask? What? Huh. Something just happened. What? Was that just now? Man, I don't know either. I'm scared. Yeah. It can't be. Not through him. Even as we speak. Oh! Okay, I did get it right. You're still hiding the wound. Oh god. Oh god, what is it? Oh, I was right! It's beneath your mask. I just, like, used my stand? Okay. I just hit him with the Spirit Blast. During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask? You have a dagger wound under it, under there somewhere. I'd say this whole case would be solved. Oh my god, he... Oh, he's fine. He's freaking I thought he just died. He hit the self-destruct button just now. I saw our spirit in you. Huh? I never liked you. The feeling is shared. 6 years ago. Helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her poison bottle. And then... while I was sleeping, you let me die. She didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. Never. I mean, I was a lawyer before she died, but alright. Can never forgive you. That's what I thought. Mr. Godot. But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. Truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive. It's me. Yourself? I was the one who failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth. To escape the harshness of reality. I just couldn't accept Mia's death head-on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya! Well, not really, because you're the whole reason why I was in this situation in the first place. Yeah, that was my plan. Until just now, anyway. What do you mean? Are you listening, Maya? If I really wanted to save you, there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away. You? Who'd that be? Are you talking about Nick? I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother. Oh, okay, so Maya's opinion doesn't matter, alright. Okay. Let me see how it is. You know why? The real reason? No, why? Suppose... wasn't really interested in saving you at all. Huh? I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia, nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. Maya, don't forgive him. Put your life on the line. Phoenix, don't defend him. He was the reason Maya needed to be saved in the first place. Is it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure. What do you mean by that? That night in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette. Damn, he kinda aura-forming though. He does look really sick in this picture. Part of me must have known the truth. Truth that it wasn't really a Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. Could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. Iris I don't care about. I think it would be good if she died. But I still picked up the blade like I was dreaming. Not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Fey? Was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who's stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply for a desire for revenge? Now, I don't know anything anymore. Maybe you never did. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. You're now just realizing this? I was just chasing an illusion. A fantasy. Stupid fantasy of defeating you in a courtroom. You were the only one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off. As a true defender of the people. I didn't properly react to that because I was too busy thinking that I had just gotten the question wrong. But that was sick. In that one moment, I understood everything. Where do you get a mask like that? Timo. I can't see out of it. Mr. Godot. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando. Mr. Armando! I believe in you! I know you're trying to save me. Okay, well I don't, so... Thanks. Your wound, it's bleeding! Get already. My world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears. Tears? Since I woke up from my coma. I think I've been waiting for this very moment. Mr. Armando! You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. This time, it really is over, isn't it? Defendant. Oh, right, I'm still here. Yes, Your Honor? Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body and the crime scene is a serious offense in itself. I understand, Your Honor. Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risks, and I willingly cooperated anyway. Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say? Well, there is one thing I'd like to say. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright. I want to apologize to you. Apologize to me for what? For the case 5 years ago, of course. Oh god. I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover? Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me. It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other. Huh? What do you mean? You and my sister only met twice. Huh? You only met twice? The first time you met was on that fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of the courthouse. The next time you met her was 8 months later. You met her again on the day she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed. Oh wait, just can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship we were... For those 8 months... The woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister. It wasn't Dahlia. I hope one day you can forgive me, Feeny. You mean... That's right. I lied to you for 8 months. But why? Why would you do such a thing? Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and their surveillance, she couldn't move about freely. So that's why you... My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst. Prepared for the worst? She thought that you might discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice. You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you? She already had so much to answer for, I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance. And that's why you came to me? Came to get the bottle pendant from me in her place. But I couldn't get you to give it back. I let something even so simple as that. 8 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It's the first time that had ever happened. Again, you kind of admitting that she tells you her plans for other things like murdering and kidnapping and stealing, and you're just like, okay. That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Until that day, you two were partners in crime. Yeah, and she would confer with you. I think she must have noticed. Notice what? My feelings for you. Ugh. About that. You did try, kind of... You are kind of an accessory to murder multiple times. I don't know if, that's gonna work out. If I'd found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever necessary to stop her. Even if it meant her life or mine. I care about my sister too much. I don't think you care about other people enough. It literally... Iris. After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you... they changed. I have something to say to you too. Yeah? You really were the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you. You kinda shouldn't. Thank you. How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I'll tell you though. Right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I ever had. Don't you think so, Phoenix Wright? Where did I get this? Yeah, it's alright. The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Elise O'Neill. At some point, I expect you will be tried as your role as an accomplice in this case. I understand, Your Honor. Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant not guilty. Court is now adjourned. Later. I guess it's all over. The way everything ended, was justice really served? The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand. Of course justice was served. Mia, I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant. But I couldn't save Mr. Armando. The man who cared so deeply for you. You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible. You mean, with that verdict? I think one day you'll understand, too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You were as good out there as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me. Mia, you've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you. Mia, I'm sure we'll meet again someday, Phoenix. Adios. I've handled lots of cases and I've seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? Suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Hey, Nick. Guess it's just like my sis said. Yeah, what did she say? That night when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, This is what she wrote in my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end. But, come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see? Me, sis? I'm sure Iris, too. We owe you everything for you've done for us, Nick. How can you be so bright and chipper after all of this? She literally is just immediately over all of this. I get used to it. Brutally attacked, you never even saw your mother murdered? Ouch! Franziska! What? I'm here now. Still as softy as always, Phoenix Wright. Excellent work, Wright. Mr. Edward, when did you get back? Will we ever see more Maya? I think she appears in, like, one of the newer trilogies. Like, I know she's definitely not in Apollo Justice. Because, like, that's all entirely new characters, I think. But maybe in the either Dual Destinies or the other one that I forgot the name of. She might be in that. I've seen her 3D model. So like, I assume that's from one of the 3DS games. She's definitely not in The Great Ace Attorney, though, considering that takes place, like, 200 years in the past. So I know. I don't know when we will see Maya again. Oh, that's right, I guess no one filled her in on that. Ashworth and Franziska have actually been helping me. Helping you? Those two hadn't been there on the first day of the trial. Defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Wow. Where were you, Nick? I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold which forced him to sleep all day. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head. Oh, ouch. Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too, Franziska! I don't suppose... Oh. There's room for me in this group hug, is there? Oh, Larry! What's with the, longer than usual face? I just realized something when I was reborn. Realized that Larry was never any use to anyone, not even once. That's not true, right, Nick? I mean... You're asking me? Well, Nick, is it true? I've got a place in this world, right? Yeah, of course. I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I was gone for good. Well, I didn't say that. Oh yeah. Those portraits you painted, they were really good. Is that right, Edgeworth? What? Me? What are you making that face for, huh, Angie? Oh, Spirit of Justice is the one she says. I see. Oh, well, yes, indeed. I certainly can't say they lack resemblance. I really mean it. What are you, Franzi? Can I draw you well, too? My beauty cannot possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Oh. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put in, and it's worth something. So then you'll do it like you promised? You're going to model for my next picture book, Franzi's... What? Don't get carried away. Well, well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. Painting a pearl is pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around. Pearl? Where could she have gone? I mean, she just would have just made a beeline for Maya. I'll go look for her. Be right back. Hey, Pearly! Hey! Right. You seem to be Hold on. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. Expect you're wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that has happened. Yeah. To be honest, I can't understand it either. Francisca. That's right, she lost her father fairly recently as well. The only difference is he sucked. I think I understand how she feels. Maya's a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can. What do you mean by now is exactly the time? Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. Believe is for that person. Maya's trying her best not to cry. Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya? Actually, I think I'm starting to understand, too. Ow! Then tell me, Phoenix Wright. Who am I being strong for? Pearl? Pearl Faye. Here I am. Poor kid, after all, the reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Faye clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. Shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. But it's a cruel irony that it was their exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Faye's mother was killed, and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable. That's exactly why Maya's putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake. Till she can see her smile again. Hey, it's me! Oh, hey! So this is where you all were. Oh, looks like we got quite a bunch here. Ouch! What was that for, sir? Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just has a mind of its own. What's up, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, you know, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. Sally just sort of kind of got down a teeny-weeny bit, but that's alright. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight. Well, pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward. Detective Gumshoe? Said first-class French restaurant. You don't mean... Dresbian? Where else? I knew it, we're doomed. Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal. Hey, you crybaby. You're invited too. Oh, forget me. Pearl and I will be in the loser shack eating potatoes. You know, mine's taking an awfully long time to get back. She's not looking for Pearl. Oh, Maya, what's wrong? Nick, what do I do? Really? I can't find her anywhere. Huh? I bet she just went back home, that's all. I thought so too, so I called the village, but no one has heard from her. This never happened before. As I figured, she's been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya. But none of this was her fault. What should I do? Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, what is it, pal? You guys go on ahead. What about you? Mine, I will... Which one of you guys wants me to find Pearl? Nick? Don't worry about us, Detective. Maybe a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Yeah, but you're the... Oh! Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead. Don't keep us waiting, right? We won't. Where should we look? Where could Pearly possibly have gone? Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of Pearls might have gone to. Ah, the temple. Asakura Temple. How did she get here? But this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back again so soon? Sister Bikini? I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight. So she's here? Pearly's in here? She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her? Oh, okay. Pearly's not here. Ah, Maya, the hanging scroll. Someone cleaned it off. That'd be Pearl. Ah! Mystic Maya! Forgot to put the orange... I knew I was forgetting something. I'm sorry. Pearly! Why'd you just leave like that? Mystic Maya. Mystic Maya! I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. 'Cause it's all my fault that Mystic Maya's mama. That's why you came here? It's the least I could do. Pray for your happiness. You don't have to do that, Pearly. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother is gone. But how do I say this? I'm still happy. You know what, the light of just made me feel better. No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm here is thanks to everyone who was still there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't be still alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do. Mystic Maya. I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Sister Bikini. Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of Grine, I don't have the right to face my daughter. But still, Maya's always in my thoughts. It's true. She'll always be with me until the day I die. Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even in the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? There's a rule or something all masters are to follow, isn't there? Never take the charm off until the day you die? That's the master's talisman. Thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important, rather the contents. That's a photo? Mother? What is it? It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. What makes us human is we fight for others. Who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's a true measure of what human life is worth. Defense attorneys are lawyers who are constantly challenged by that question. Oh. Even when the battle is over, and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearl, Mr. Armando. Maya's mother, too. I learned that from all of them. Well, shall we get going? Everyone's waiting. Ah! This is a day to remember, a day where a lot of things were finally put to rest. We should celebrate over what we've overcome today. But I still can't... Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. Okay. Alright. Let's go. I'm gonna make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise. I know. And I won't go all easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for 3 when you come back. Alright. We're gonna have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya. But that's not a food night. You know, there's one thing I don't get. Probably don't want to, but... What is it, Nick? Reservations for training is fine and all. Why for 3? Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can train right alongside us. Huh? I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you. Huh? Huh? Be great, Nick. I'm gonna do the special course naturally. Huh? 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 That's a great idea after all, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? And walk on hot coals, right? We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick? You know... I was wondering if I could just say one little thing. Sure, of course you can. I love this part, I can't wait to hear it. I'm getting goosebumps too. Well then, here goes nothing. He said the line! What a way to end it off. Oh, it's not ending. I have to work really extra hard now. Master Crine and office manager Wright and go offices, and I have to be a good big sister to Pearly and Nick too. Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that, which happens more often than you think. Baby Maya that was a cute picture. Hey, so it's true, Mr. Nick really is Mystic Maya's knight in shining armor. He went through the special course all the way to the end. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra special course here. I think I'll surprise the 2 of them by making them a secret reservation. Maggie bought me a brand new coat as a present, pal. I feel 10 years younger. I'll never take it off. Yes, but somehow you don't seem the same. I guess dirty, shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like. Don't worry about it. In the name of love, a man will soil the... Don't... Okay. What did he mean by this? Mr. Wright, I'm once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the Treasure's Crime exhibit was a great success. I even got to see Miss Von Karma, who I hadn't seen in a year. She taught me how to use a whip and said I must show you what I've learned. Jesse and I started a company called The Mask Consulting. You dedicated to— oh, Motto was cut it out, please! Pretty cute, huh? Well, we also sell plans to the criminals, kind of side business. I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe the worst criminals. Oh yeah, I'm here. I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright for exterminating Dog Tigre, so I lent him $50,000 tea special thick tea, one mixed with my own 2 hands. I bet he's drinking it right now. Went through compromise. Oh yeah, I'm here too. I'm just the old and in the way, wrinkly, grumpy clown. Nose way too flat. At least that's what I thought. My grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old and I cried like a baby with a dirty diaper. Forgot. I forgot about you. His name is Adamata. His name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly. My, more reporters! Since the murder, we've been so much money, I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because we provide such a nice visual, especially in the spring. Can hardly wait for Iris to come back. Turned such a respectable man, Fiend. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come and visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed. Here I am. There he is. Is that like, was that Sean with an O?
Objection.
Wonder what these people are doing now. Alright, you're here. What's this? I'm back from my long and tiring vacation and no one's here to greet me? I guess that's what I've got, little whippersnapper buddy quitting now. No one in, and that's what kind of lonely, crazy security room is supposed to be anyway. With all this flashing lights and switches, I feel like some sort of space alien. And now what am I going to do with all these macadamia nuts I brought back for everyone? Exactly what I saw. I can't really accept these, I'm afraid, or something painful. Oh, the gentleman, refined lady. Wait a minute, you weren't even in this game. Finally found something I'd love to do. Nancy's gonna turn on its head. I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Oh wow, that's actually really good, Larry. And with that, the Ace Attorney trilogy is done. Man. Well, I'm not sure which game I want to do next. We could either do The Great Ace Attorney, which I own. I still have the bonus case. Or we could go to the Apollo Justice trilogy. How much is the Apollo Justice trilogy? How many clams am I spending here? It goes on sale often, I think, so it's... Sega Publisher Sale, up to 75% off! Hold on. That's not what I'm looking for, though. $50. Ugh. Well, we'll play the bonus case before Apollo Justice. Well, we can take a break from Ace Attorney. We'll take a little break from Ace Attorney. We need to focus on Rain World or probably some other games. And then we'll either start the Great Ace Attorney or start the secret case of the first game and then go to Apollo Justice. I demand more, Maya. I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't think Maya's in the case of the first game. Rain World's yeah, Rain World's still on the table. That's probably what I'm gonna stream next. But yeah. I'll miss this series. Isn't even in bonus, so sad. But yeah, I'll have to decide which series I want to play next. We'll play all of them eventually, just need to figure it out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.